Hello everyone, I'm Henry Lee, BlueHeronArts.com. Today I'm going to do a demo of a Baoshi landscape brush with the Blue Heron Chapter of American Sumi-e Society in Virginia Beach. I'm going to do this painting with this composition. We may call it one corner, mostly with misty clouds and mist. So it's called Misty Landscape. The technique we're going to use is called split brush technique. We use a special designed brush for this called the Baoshi Landscape brush made of mountain horse and a mixture of some sheep goat hair hair and bull and the mountain horse, some rough, some soft. So it's a very interesting technique. So you get some fresh ink. I use the Japanese Sumi paste. So I soak the brush and then I dip a little dark ink, but not load fully, just the tip. You can dilute it with the water. I'm going to start from the focal point, which is the tree. And it's advised to do a charcoal drawing. If you are new, I can show you how to do this. You just need to kind of lay out you want to put the tree in a golden spot, not in the middle. But you want to control the height, but not too tall, so you're on the foreground. Actually, in Chinese traditional landscape painting, we only do middle ground. There's no foreground. So this tree in the middle ground, not foreground. You can kind of push it back. We don't do a big tree like in the front, like photographer, composition. We make it to look very vast, very big landscape. Something like a yellow mountain. I try to leave some. If I can make it, if I can make it, I may do some waterfall here, as advertised. Otherwise, there's the waterfall. I try to incorporate that with this. So basically, I just do this corner, and there will be horizon kind of there. I don't want to put any mark there because it will be more casual or free. So I can start from this corner, or I can start from here. And just start from here. And make it a split. You can push the brush, right? You can go with the brush when it's dry, or when it's dark. You paint where you need the dark. If it's dry, you just do where you need. So you start from everywhere, not just concentrate on one piece. When the brush gets dry, so you get a kind of a contrast, like a dark and a light contrast, stronger contrast. If you keep going in one block, you may have only dark here, and I start from everywhere, and according to the brush. When it's dry, I do some mountain foot. But if you try to get this in the beginning, it's not natural. You have to kind of dry it on a paper towel to do the mist, right? So when the mist comes, you just kind of go with that. When the right tone is ready, you just kind of go for that spot. So you don't have to make a special tone for special spot. According to your plan, you go with the flow. So I have to do this fast in the beginning to capture the momentum. I'm using the smaller one because the size may not be big enough. Let me use a clip here to fix this. You can use a smaller brush, like the red whisker brush, to do the pine tree. Let me see if I. The pine tree has a special feature. Everybody knows that it's a kind of flat on the crown part, right? And it has arm like a welcome guest tree in Huangshan. It's like one side has this extended ball or branch. And then you can do some secondary branches vertical above the horizontal ball, and then do the a suggestive pine needles. But you can do it like dots, but leave some space between the ball, right? B-O-U-G-H, bow. I just say branch, main branch. So the pine needle should be above the branch. Leave a little space between the branch, not right on the line, you know. That's very common mistake with new student. So leave a little space. You can have a little vertical branch in between the bow and the needles.
Well done.
Thank you. Well, that's my focal point. So I paid a little more attention to details. So then I can go more freely. This suggestively some partial tree under it. You don't see that behind the rock here. Just, okay, let me go back to the large brush. I have to do it fast because I wanted to finish it all before it dries, to make the mist, make it more misty. So you have to kind of work fast in the beginning. And this tree gets more less detailed in the background. Let's see if I have room for a waterfall. No, I don't think so. Maybe something suggestive in behind this. This is the source of the water, so I leave something there. Then it falls here. And then go back to the whisker brush. I need to draw those flowing lines first. You don't have to draw the line in football shirt style. You just kind of texture it. You do the rock instead of the water line. You use we call this a water mouse. The folds of the fall with some waterfall, yeah, just like some rock on the right above the water. You can use a soft wash to start doing some wash. I need to define the water, the river above it. So I just use this is the water. It bends down, right? So you cutting the top line here, and then this. You can have some little stream above it. And just wash a little bit. Okay, now I start to wash it. You can use the same brush. Actually, we don't do the wash in newer Baoshi style, we don't separate the wash from texture or tree. We just keep using the same brush. I think we can basically do that. So when you do wet washing, we start with a dry brush, and then we add water to it. This is how I do it. Just create some stroke. You get some paper in hand. Dry it. This is a very typical wash poking. Go direct, like he would not use felt, just use newspaper under it, because with the soften it's easy to poke. So, but this you can hear it. Right? Just make it split. This part should not be too much texture. This is the distance. So I'm going to prepare the mist. There should be something in the pregnant void, the empty, white and empty unpainted part, but you suggest that white become clouds, right? By doing some dryness. I need to show the waterfall with some more ink to squeeze it out. So my mind is on the fall, but I work with the rock. Just kind of squeeze it. Squeeze it out. So you make the surrounding dark, and the fall should show off. And you concentrate on this corner. Remember we talked about the corner landscape. This might be it. Okay, and you can. I think I tried to use the same brush. So dry the brush and then dig in water. Dry it again. Dig in water. I don't wash it. I just come back. Let's see. So make this mountain and the mist area a little rough, so I can soften that. And now I'm going to some distant mountains. Add more water. So when I finish, the brush is almost clean. It's kind of difficult with vertical surface. So on the table should be a lot of water, kind of more than you expect. What I can do is maybe use this to add water to it. It's not to wash. Just you can use. This is how I normally do. I put water in the clean area. It won't show in the end. Oops! It just started dropping, and then let the water go through the channel of the brush, kind of make the dark lighter, so that the tree will become misty by. Sorry, it starts dripping, not becoming like an icy landscape technique. But I try to cope with that. So the idea is that you put the water around the dark and then introduce the water into the channel. It will go like with the water system you created. It will go with those stroke to replace the darker color and make it look like misty. Like I put water around the dark. On the flat surface, it's easier. I try to see, and the dark will become lighter. So this is clean water. I paint on the white part. Right? Let's see, is there sky? You can use color to paint sky, but basically I just use ink to begin with. You can add, but if you want color, you can leave the sky open. You can do it with indigo. Let me just do it right now. I use a soft brush right now to wash the sky. Because if you want less texture, no stroke, you can use soft brush. I don't wet the paper because you will lose the intensity and lose the power. So I try to do it with a stroke. It might confuse you because there's only water. When it's wet, it looks dark. When dry, there's nothing. Make it darker. Let me get some brown color also. So it's called brown, and you can do the brown after it dries. That's highlight. Maybe that's better. I will do a little bit, just because here it's dry. You just leave some white highlight. Okay.
This is not Schwinn.
No,
This is Mulberry. Okay, Mulberry paper, number 2. And just use, don't miss all the white pockets when you wash. You don't wash, you just dab it, like you did earlier. So you leave some white, little bits of white, we call it white pockets. That's very important to balance the wet. The mist is different than the clouds. Clouds may have a definitive shape. In the distance, you may see more white clouds. In the mist, when you walk in the mountain, you don't see it, right? It's foggy. It's in the trees. Just add more moisture. Like here, you start to see, because I use more moisture than you may imagine. On this paper, it will take like 20 minutes to reach the result I want. You can start to see the fog coming, right? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that the water comes down. This was dark, now become misty. The water was outside the stroke, and coming in through the channel of this stroke, it come down there. Okay. You have to understand water management. Water goes from where is it high to lower, or wet to dry. Understand? If you want this part to be white, add more water, and just like that. Let me see. So where you do not paint is more important than where you paint. So I only paint the more solid stroke on this side. Even here, you have to be careful where you don't want to lose the white. You cannot add white back. You have to save it if you want to get the clouds here. Okay, let's back to this texture. As I mentioned earlier, you can define the clouds with darker ink. The mountain sometimes look darker in the distance than what's close. In the dawn or in the early morning, you see that's kind of backlit. So that defines the horizon, kind of. We call it the cloud sea. Horizon of the cloud sea. So there should be some dryness in the wet. Otherwise, if it's too wet, there's no structure. If it's too dry, there's no cloud. You have to balance the two, the yin and the yang, the wet and the dry, or the opposite elements. And the key is before the dry gets wet, use the water to make it mystify it. to see from distance. I try to bring in the moisture from the sky from here, so integrate that. You can break this line with some, we call it like a clouds falling down, like a clouds fall over the mountain. Okay, stop me if you think it's finished.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. So just add little brown some. See, this is shady part. This is the highlight. Add a little bit brown to finish. It's too dark.
Yeah.
Too dark. The actual final result should be when it's dry, so you cannot really see all the effects because some color is still evolving, like this area. I think that's it. I will stop. As a demo, it should be enough. In the end, you should go slow and frequently looking from distance how it looks like. You guys see better than me because when you work on details, you lose the whole jungle. If you work on tree, on a single rock piece, you have to look at the big picture to decide where to add. So it's kind of stop at 50% of what you try to express. I already passed that stage, so I think I should stop. So I implemented a little waterfall there. You can add a little texture, so if I think it's okay now. It's not too wet. You can use light gray to kind of to add some texture of water, like the rolling fall with a little shaking hand. Like that. Should be okay. Okay, any comments?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Now it's your turn. Yeah, I'm going to sign. Maybe just when it's dry. I think I have a dry spot here. Maybe just sign. Okay, to sign the landscape, you should keep it small and use a small chalk. So the landscape looks big, right? So I just sign with my name, Xiaohui, in Chinese. And we do a small chalk. This is my last name, Li. So Xiaohui Li is my Chinese name. Xiaohui means the morning sunshine. That add a little warm color to it. This part will disappear. If you want, you can use clean water to make that water line softer. Sometimes we may form a line. That's you want to soften that, so you can use clean water to wet the area you want it white, because the water won't come into the wet area, it will expand from the white area into this painted area. So the unpainted area you could protect with the water if you wanted to keep it white, and then you can soften that edge if you want to. Yeah. Okay. Let me lift it so you can see better with a translucent background, not a solid white background. I used this chart, this flip chart to do it. So now I can let you look at it through the curtain. See, you can wash it in the sink. It won't fall apart. It's a very strong material. Let me hold it up. You can see. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the effect. So if you want to see it, you can hold it against the light. You can see better, so you don't confuse it with the wet water. Where there's no paint, just the water. So when you have a dry and wet, it's kind of confusing. But if you look at it against the light, you can see it. And you put it back.
Henry, you talked about doing some of that against a hard surface or newsprint.
Yeah, you don't want to.
The whole thing.
This thin felt is perfect.
Oh, it is perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Don't use like a heavy cup blanket or something. Yeah.
What brush did you start with?
I started with the Baoshi landscape brush, the small one. I also have the big one. I touched it up a little bit, but mostly the small one. You can use this mountain horse brush to ruin it if you don't mind. You may destroy it because you have to really push it against the direction you move to make it a split, and then use the split head to paint the outlines, the contour.
How long will those brushes last?
Forever.
Under those?
It can be 30 years, 40 years. I have a brush like this last.
Even abusing the brush like that?
I didn't abuse it. It still can be used to write calligraphy if you want.
Okay.
If you, I think it's built to last.
Okay.
Yeah. You can try this if you want. Thank you, and you can return this water.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you can use water spray or just use a clean brush to add water to kind of drain it into the dark. I can help you individually if you have other questions. So thank you for watching again. See you next time. Goodbye, everybody on YouTube.
Thank you.